ओम अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम श्रीशैलेशित्यादि प्रणतोऽस्मि नित्यं। शुक्लांबरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये। यस्यद्विरदवक्त्राद्याः पारिषद्याः परस्सदं विघ्नं निघ्नन्ति सततं विश्वक्सेनं तमाश्रये। ज्ञानानन्दमयं देवं निर्मलस्फटिकाकृतिम् आधारं सर्वविद्यानां हयग्रीवमुपास्महे। दिशन्तु मे देव सदा त्वदीयाः दयातरङ्गानुचराकटाक्षाः। श्रोत्रेषु पुंसामृतं चरन्तीं सरस्वतीं संसिद कामधेनुं पूजन्तं राम रामेति मधुरं मधुराक्षरम् आरुह्य कविता शाखां वन्दे वाल्मीकिकोकिलम्। गोष्पदीकृतवारासिं मशकीकृतराक्षसं रामायण महामाला रत्नं वन्दे लीलात्मजं। वेदवेद्ये परे पुंसि जाते दशरथात्मजे वेदः प्राचेतसादासीद् साक्षात् रामायणात्मनः। चरितं रघुनाथस्य शतकोटिप्रविस्तरम् एकैकमक्षरं प्रोक्तं महापातकनाशनं। धर्मात्मा सत्यसन्धश्च रामो दाशरथिर्यदि पौरुषे च प्रतिद्वन्द्वः शरेणं जहिरावणिम्। आपदामपहर्तारं दातारं सर्वसम्पदां लोकाभिरामं श्रीरामं भूयो भूयो नमाम्यहम्। अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। My salutations to the devotees, Rastikas who are present in Zoom and also who are present physically here. My pranamams, dasoham. గోష్ఠిలో వేయించేసినటువంటి భగవత్ బంధువులందరికీ కూడా స్వరూపానురూపంగా ప్రణామాలు దాసోహం తెలియజేసుకుంటూ we started learning Sri Ramayana since 3 Sundays. This is the third session now, right? The objective is to learn Sankshepa Ramayana slokas, which has 100 slokas. So we have already covered the definition of Sankshepa Ramayana. Sri Ramayana consists 24,000 verses. It is also called as Itihasa Sreshtham. So the best amongst the Itihasa. There are two Itihasas. One is Srimad Ramayana, another is Sri Mahabharata. So in the coming sessions, we are going to learn the definitions of Itihasam and Puranas and the purpose of those existence, definitely. So what we thought is, so instead of jumping into the slokas directly, we thought of having some foundation, like, so what is Vedam? What is meant by Vidya? What are the Vidya sthanas as per Sanatana Bharatiya Sanskriti? Right? In the previous session, we covered Vidya sthanas, 4 Vedas and 6 Vedangas and Upangas 4. So put together we call as Vidya sthanas. Nowadays, in current era, the Vidya sthanas means we have our own definitions, right? Some say medicine, some say engineering, some say artificial intelligence. So நீங்க வந்து எந்த ஃபீல்ட்ல இருக்கீங்க? நீங்க ஐடில இருக்கீங்க. ஸோ ஐடில சிறந்தது எந்த இருக்கோ அதுதான் வச்சு நீங்க சொல்லுவீங்க, கரெக்டா? ஸோ ஆனா, so in order to provide comforts to this material body, so what and all we are learning, through which what we are earning, so we call those things as Vidya in nowadays. But as per Bharatiya Sanatana Sanskriti, so this is not Vidya. Whatever you are terming as artificial intelligence or RDBMS, OLDB, medicine, engineering, neurotechnology, whatever it is, it's not referred as Vidya. 4 Vedas, Rig Vedam, Yajur Vedam, Sama Vedam, Atharva Vedam, or Atharvana Vedam. These 4 are Vedas. And in order to know the meanings of those things, we need some auxiliary terms. So those are called, there are 6 kind of Vedangas: Shiksha, Vyakaranam, Chandas, Niruktam, Jyotisham, Kalpam. And 4 Upangas: Mimamsa, Dharmashastram, Puranam, Nyayam. So all these 14 put together, 4 plus 6 plus 4, all these 14 put together, we call it as Vidyasthanas. So that is called Chaturdasha Vidyasthanas. Vidya Heta Chaturdasha, 14. So these are the real Vidya. So there is a question again. How come you say these 14, I'm just stopping the screen sharing. How come you say these 14 are Vidyasthanas? As and yet, we are referring all other sthanas are Vidyasthanas. And suddenly, you are taking a twist and you are saying that these 14 only referred as Vidyasthanas. Okay. Then another question comes, what do you mean by Vidya in fact? What do you mean by Vidya in fact? So if you know the definition of Vidya, then we can accept, yes, these are the 14 Vidyasthanas. There is a definition. In last slide, in last session, we have covered that. Tat karma yanna bandhaya sa vidya ya vimuktaye. So we got this birth, human birth, and we tend to do some karma. Okay, we are doing karmas. If you do the good karma, again in the next janmam, you will get another body to experience the phalam, that is the result of punya karma, that is sukham. So if we do the bad karma, we again get another human body or an animal body, whatever it is, the body, the physical body, Panchabhuta Shariram, to experience the phalam of papa karma, that is dukkha, sukham, dukkha. It's a continuous process, right? So if we get a birth, so we cannot completely say that 100% have done the good karma, punya karma. No one can claim that one. If we get this janma as a human body, we tend to do bad karma and punya karma. So if it continues together, if it's continuous like punyam, papam, again taking a birth, again experience the phalam of punyam, papam. So where it will end? Where it will end, we don't know. It's a chain, cycle. So that term is called samsara. Samsara. The cycle of birth and death. Birth and death. Samsara. So in order to bring out a jivatma from that, we need a guru, we need an acharya who can pull out from that cycle. So in order to get liberation from that, we must understand these 14 Vidyasthanas. The purpose of these Vidyasthanas is that karma yanna bandhaya sa vidya ya vimuktaye. The education or knowledge which makes a jivatma to come out from that cycle of birth and death, birth and death. That is called Vidyasthana, salvation. So then again, the question starts, where to start, which gives you salvation. All these questions will come. Slowly, we are going to experience the definitions and the meanings of those terms. That's the reason we plan these sessions in such a way. And every Sunday session, we will cover some theory part and then 10 slokas we learn. That way we plan it. So that little foundation and then the sloka learnings. So once we complete the 100 slokas of Sankshepa Ramayana, and then we again start from scratch to learn the meanings. So it may happen in the same fashion like in the Zoom session, or I may record the meanings of those slokas and I will give you the YouTube link in order to save your time. So the basic purpose is to cover some theory every Sunday for some time and then learning sessions. Every session we complete 10 slokas at least. तो इसके थ्रू क्या होगा, बेसिक टू बेसिक कई सारे शब्दों हम यूज करते हैं डेली लाइफ में. सनातन धर्म बोलते हैं, वेद बोलते हैं, इतिहास बोलते हैं, पुराण बोलते हैं. कई हमारा बच्चा अगर पूछता है हमसे इतिहास का मतलब क्या है, अगर वेद ही पूरा नॉलेज है, अगर वेद में सभी नॉलेज है, कई तरफ का नॉलेज है, तो इतिहास और पुराण का क्या यूसेज है, ये क्यों पढ़ना है, राइट? ये सारा क्वेश्चन हमको जिंदगी में आते रहता है डे इन डे आउट. बट इसका मीनिंग भी हमको जरूर सीखना है. ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है सनातन धर्म में, बिकॉज डे टू डे लाइफ में जो भी शब्द हम यूज कर रहे हैं, अगर उसका ही मतलब उसका यूसेज मीनिंग अगर हम नहीं जानते हैं, हमारे बच्चों को क्या हम सिखाई देते हैं, तो ये जरूरी है. थोड़ा थोड़ा हर एक सेशन में ये थोड़ा कवर करते हैं और श्लोक का लर्निंग में हम ध्यान देते हैं। तो इसके द्वारा थोड़ा बहुत थियरी भी कवर होगा और श्लोक का लर्निंग भी होगा। तो श्लोकों का अर्थ कैसे हमको पता चल रहा है, जरूर आपको आएगा। पहले श्लोकों का उच्चारण सही ढंग से हम सीख लेते हैं, उसके बाद उसका मीनिंग्स जो होता है वो मीनिंग्स हमें इधर जूम सेशन के द्वारा या कुछ रिकॉर्डिंग के सेशन द्वारा हम पा सकते हैं, उसमें कोई दिक्कत नहीं है। सो लेट अस concentrate on learning this slokas. Now I stop my video and present the screen. So kindly confirm with a message whether the screen is visible. Anyone? Could you please confirm with a message? Yes. Yes, yes. Thank you. Sankshepa Ramayanam is the Ramayana in brief, narrated by Narada Maharshi to Valmiki Maharshi. Narada Maharshi all the way comes from the Satyalokam to Bhulokam. Satyalokam is the abode of Chitramukha Brahma. Chitramukha Brahma. So Narada Maharshi is referred as son of Chitramukha Brahma. So with the instructions of Chitramukha Brahma, Narada Maharshi comes down to the Bhulokam and he goes to Valmiki Maharshi hermitage, Valmiki Maharshi ashramam. So there, Valmiki Maharshi asks few questions, and Narada Maharshi answers to his questions. So the summary of whole Ramayana, the summary of total 7 kandas, Balakandam, Ayodhya Kandam, Aranya Kandam, Kishkindha Kandam, Sundara Kandam, Yuddha Kandam, Uttara Kandam. The summary of all 7 kandas and the summary of 24,000 verses, 24,000 slokas is brief in this Sankshepa Ramayana. So if a person, a devotee, a Rastika who learns this Sankshepa Ramayana with utmost devotion, he'll get the benefit of reciting the whole Sri Ramayana, which consists of 24,000 slokas. Sri Raghunandana Parabrahmane Namaha. So with the Mangala Shastrams of Bhagavad Ramanujacharya, Sri Tidandi Patajiya Swamivaru, Sri Tidandi Chinajiya Swamivaru. And then we already told about him. He is Sri Bhashyam Appalachara Swamivaru. The disciples of Sri Bhashyam Swamivaru are doctors and IASs. And at one point in time, almost 30-40 years back, so they formed as a group to propagate the Sri Ramayana in various parts of Andhra Pradesh. So he is referred as Nadiche Ramayanam, so walking Ramayana, he is referred as. That is a great personality, Sri Bhashyam Appalachara Swamivaru. Ramayana Rahasyajnam, Ramyavakya Visaradam, Anantagunda Sanghatam, Appalarya Maham Bhaje. This is the slokam which glorifies Appalacharya's works. Salutations or prostrations to the great saints, acharyas and learned scholars who contributed in spreading the Itihasa Sreshtam, that is Srimad Ramayanam, in various parts of the universe. Today's learning aspects. Okay, a review of previous session, anyhow we have covered it. And Vedam, what do you mean by Vedam? That we'll cover. Vedangas, anyhow, next session we are going to cover. And 1 to 10 slokas we try to learn in this session. Okay. So in the last session, we covered there are 14 Vidyasthanas. Among them, the first 4 are 4 Vedas: Rig Vedam, Yajurvedam, Samavedam, Atharvana Vedam. So, what do you mean by Vedam? Is the basic question. And here, Dasan is trying to give you a brief explanation only with the terms that we use. So kindly do not think that the definition or the things, the in-depth of Vedam is only this much. Okay, so it has various kinds of forms and definitions and any other things. But we in this session, we are just trying to cover the very basic terminology that we use in day-to-day life, the basic understanding, in fact. Okay, the word Vedam is derived from the Sanskrit root word with, which means knowledge. Right? Let us understand something. Sanskrit is a very beautiful language. In order to form any shabd, okay, any shabd or a word, in Sanskrit, we have dhatus. DHATU, dhatu. Dhatu means a root word. Root word. So some of the avyayas and pratyayas joins that dhatu and a shabdam forms. For example, there is a dhatu called yaja. Y-A-J-A. Please repeat yaja. Yaja. The meaning of yaja is yaja deva pujayam. Yaja deva pujayam. This signifies aradhana of Bhagavan. Yaja. From this root word, the word formed called yajnam. Yajnam. Same way. Hrui harane is a dhatu. From that, Thrugyam is a word formed. So, same way, vid is a dhatu, V-I-D is a dhatu, from which the word Vedam is formed. Vedam is formed. So, what is the meaning of vid? The meaning of vid is knowledge, to know. Teluskovarsanadi, Jnanamu, ani artham. So, वेद का मतलब यह है ज्ञान. So, वेद शब्द संस्कृत के मूल शब्द विद से बना है जिसका अर्थ है ज्ञान. We are clear about the Vedam. So Vedam is a word and the formation of the word. Now we'll see the epistemology. That is called Vigraha Vakyam. That means which describes the word, which describes its actual purpose or meaning of the word Vedam. It goes in different way. The definition is given in the slide. Kindly repeat. Pratyakshena Anumityava Yastu Upayo Na Buddhyate Etam Vidanti Vedena Tasmat Vedasya Vedata. This is the definition of Vedam. Pratyakshena Anumityava Yastu Upayo Na Buddhyate Etam Vidanti Vedena Tasmat Vedasya Vedata. Did we understand anything? Nothing. Just definition we got to know. Now let us explain what is Pratyaksham and what is Anumanam, what the definition is exactly telling to us. See, in order to obtain the actual knowledge of any object, which helps us, that is called Pramanam. Pramanam. Prama, Karanam, Pramanam. Right? The Pramanam. So there are three widely known Pramanams. One is Pratyaksham, the second one is Anumanam, and third one is Shabdam. Can we repeat? Pratyaksham, Anumanam, Shabdam. So these three are Pramanas. When I say Pramanam is like auxiliary or helping hand or a reference through which we can gain the knowledge of an object. Right? Okay. Now I stop my screen. Let us go to the definitions and I'll explain later. So Pratyaksham means knowledge obtained by sensory organs. Anumana Pramanam is a methodology for inferring knowledge that is based on Pratyaksham. Shabdam means Vedam. I stop the screen here. So now, with the definition of Vedam, what we understood is, जो knowledge प्रत्यक्ष के द्वारा या अनुमान के द्वारा हम नहीं पा सकते हैं, वो ज्ञान वेद में है. తెలుగులో చెప్తున్నాను. ప్రత్యక్షం ద్వారా గాని అనుమానం ద్వారా గాని ఏ విషయాలు మనం తెలుసుకోలేమో ఆ విషయాలు మనకు వేదం ద్వారా తెలుస్తాయి. ప్రత్యక్షం ద్వారాను ಅನುಮಾನದ ದ್ವಾರಾನು ನಮಗೆ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗಲ್ಲ ಕೆಲವು ವಸ್ತುಗಳು. ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ವಸ್ತು ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಜ್ಞಾನ ನಮಗೆ ಬಡಿಸಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಮಾಣ ಬೇಕು. ಆ ಪ್ರಮಾಣ ಇಲ್ದಂಗೆ ನಮಗೆ ಆ ವಸ್ತು ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಜ್ಞಾನ ಬರಲ್ಲ. ಈಗ ನಾವು ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ವೇದನಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿದೆ, ಬಹಳ ಜನ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ವೇದನಲ್ಲಿ ತುಂಬಾ ವಿಷಯಗಳಿದೆ, ಸಿಕ್ಕಾಪಟ್ಟೆ ವಿಷಯಗಳಿದೆ ವೇದನಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂತ. ಯಾವ ವಿಷಯ ಇದೆ ವೇದನಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ವಿಷಯಗಳಿದೆ. ಯಾವ ವಿಷಯ? ಪ್ರತ್ಯಕ್ಷ ದ್ವಾರ ಅನುಮಾನದಿಂದ ನಾವು ಎಂಥ ವಿಷಯಗಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಜ್ಞಾನ ನಮಗೆ ಬಡಿಸ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗಲ್ವೋ ಅಂತ ವಿಷಯ ಜ್ಞಾನ ನಮಗೆ ವೇದನಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಈಗ ನಾವು ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. ಸ್ವಾಮಿ, ಪ್ರತ್ಯಕ್ಷ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು, ಅನುಮಾನ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು, ಇದು ಮೊದಲೇ ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಿದ್ರೆ ಅವಾಗ ವೇದನಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ, right? So in order to understand the meaning of the definition of Veda, one must understand what is meant by Pratyaksha, what is meant by Anumanam. You are saying that Veda is your knowledge, so through which you whatever the knowledge you cannot obtain by either Pratyaksha or Anumanam, that knowledge you can obtain by Veda. This is the definition. So in order to understand this, we must understand what is Pratyaksha, what is Anuman. Any knowledge, whatever you get by the sensory organs, the Pancha Jnanendriyalu, that is called Pratyaksha. So now a question. So what is this? What is this?
Banana.
Banana. So how you are telling this is banana? You know the knowledge of this banana and you are seeing with your eyes, okay, right? With your eyes, and you are saying you have the knowledge about this, okay? By seeing this, you are saying this is a banana fruit. And now it's a tumbler, water in it, okay? If I ask you to touch it, you put your finger inside the glass, and how you are feeling, you say that it is cold. It is cold. For example, if I put some water in vessel, I heat it and ask you to touch the water. You touch it and you feel hot, right? So how you are obtaining the knowledge, whether it is cold or hot, whether it is a banana, it's a computer, it's an interactive panel board supported by Android. How you are obtaining this knowledge with your sensory organs, right? The moment when you enter some house, so if they, for example, they are making some dosas, you're getting some good aroma. Okay, by seeing that, oh, dosa, they are making dosa. Okay, with the sensory organ. When I give you some anything, some eatable thing, you say it's very sweet. Okay, very tongue. Rasendriyam. We call this as Rasendriyam. Rasendriyam, Chakshindriyam, Grana Indriyam, through which we are smell. Shrotrindriyam, the listening. Shrotrindriyam. Okay. So any knowledge through which you are obtaining the sensory organs, the Pratyaksha. Simple meaning direct. Pratyaksha means direct only, then. Direct only. So if you say visible, you are restricting the knowledge only with eyes. But this Pratyaksha can be by this, or by touch, or by this one. So any knowledge, इंद्रिय जन्य ज्ञान, इंद्रियों के द्वारा जो भी ज्ञान हम जन्य होते हैं उसको प्रत्यक्ष कहते हैं. Very simple. So we understood प्रत्यक्ष. And next, anumana pramana. See, kindly don't think that why this guy is telling all these things to us. These are all kind of Vedanta. Why we need this? No, it's very much needed. Kindly understand. Even if you are not understanding this time, if you listen the voice recording again and again, you will get this knowledge for definitely. I'm sure. Very much important, this one. Anumana means you have not seen some object or anything, but you are inferring that knowledge with the help of Pratyaksha. You are inferring the knowledge of an object with the help of a Pratyaksha. That is called Anumana. Let us explain that part. For example, some astikas are sitting at their home. They just clicked the Zoom link and they're attending the session. They may be attending in their hall or in their kitchen, bedroom, or I don't know. Hall, maybe they're attending. Now we are sitting in a home theater room. This is Pravachana Mandapam, in fact. We are sitting in. The door is closed. Suddenly we heard thunderstorm. Okay. So you says that, Swami, it's raining. Have you seen the rain? No. By listening to the thunderstorms, you're inferring the knowledge of rain. Right? This is called Anumana. Another example. We went for a Kshetra Darshanam. We went to a very ancient temple. We are all sitting and we have done Vishnu Sahasranama Parayana. And we are explaining the quintessential of, we are just understanding the quintessentials of Vishnu Sahasranama Parayana. Suddenly one astika, one devotee, he observed a smoke from a distant place. Then he says that Swami, there is a fire. Swami, there is a fire. He has not seen the fire. He just seen the smoke. Right? That is called Karya Karana Sambandham. Karya Karana Sambandham. Karana means root, reason. Since the fire exists, you are experiencing the smoke. So this is the Karanam. Fire is the Karanam. Smoke is the Karyam. Right? You understood? So with the relation between the Karya Karana Sambandham, we are inferring the knowledge of one object through one projection. Now, thunderstorm you heard. That means with the help of Shrotrindriyam, with the help of ears, you heard thunderstorm and you are inferring the knowledge of rain. It's raining. That is Anuman. You got clear? It's very clear. So what we are trying to tell with this examples is, whatever the knowledge that you are gaining, either with Pratyaksham or with Anumanam, that is not available in Vedam. The knowledge which you cannot observe or you cannot learn with the help of Pratyaksham and Anumanam, that is there in Vedam. That is in Bhagavad Tattvam. How the lokas are existed, how we are existing, what is the Tattvam of Parabrahma, who created this universe, what was there previously, what was there previously, at the end, after Pralayam, where it goes. Right? All this knowledge there in Vedam. Enormous knowledge is in Vedam. So that knowledge you cannot apprehend by Pratyaksham and Anumanam. And the third pramanam is Sabdam. Sabdam means not the sound. Sabdam means Vedam. Sabdam means Vedam. Okay? There are three pramanas which helps to get the actual knowledge. One is Pratyaksham. Second one is Anumanam. So the knowledge which we cannot get with this Pratyaksham and Anumanam, that we can get by Vedam. So every knowledge we have. Now I have a question for you. How to prepare paneer butter masala tasty? Whether this is there in Vedam? No, right? Paneer butter masala tasty, that is related to Pratyaksham. That is related to Pratyaksham. Taste, everything is Pratyaksham. That is not there. Okay? Whatever the knowledge that you cannot obtain, that is there in Vedam. That's the reason our children ask, Papa, अब इतना पूजा करते हो, अब इतना बड़े बड़े नाम, ये तिरुनामम यहाँ पर ललाट में डाल के और धोती वेष्टी लगा के आप मंदिर में जाते हो, कभी ये भगवान को देखा है? कभी ये बात किया है भगवान? नहीं बेटा. घर में जो मूर्ति है, भगवान की मूर्ति, वो मूर्ति को हम पूजा कर रहे हैं. अगर मंदिर में जाएंगे, भगवान अर्चा के रूप में है. अर्चा मीन्स प्रतिमा, फोटो, इसका मतलब है अर्चा. So that can be by soil, that can be by loham, that is metal, that can be by wood, right? That can be anything. So we offer our archana, the puja, to the idol. Bhagavan will accept our archana in that form only. In that form only, right? We can see the Bhagavan in the form of Archa Murti. You cannot see the Bhagavan with your naked eyes. In order to see the Bhagavan, you need Mano Netram. Okay? That eye is called Manaha, Manasu. That's the reason Shabdam is the Pramana, which gives you the knowledge about Bhagavan. So by reading the scriptures and upon meditation on the Parabrahma, one can visualize the Bhagavad Tattva. In the previous session, we covered what is meant by rishis. Okay? They are far away from the samsara. They went to forest, hundreds of years together, thousands of years together. They did penance, right? Meditating upon that. At that time, they experienced some Bhagavad Tattva. They heard something. They heard something. Whatever they heard, that is called Shabdam, that is called Vedam. That is called Vedam. So that gives you the knowledge about the Parabrahman and also the various forms of Bhagavan and also about this Srishti Jnanam. Okay? That knowledge is there in Vedam. So now I think we got some information about Vedam. Let us understand some more information from the slides. Then, and Vedam is Apaurusheyam. Apaurusheyam. There is a typo here, not AU, A. Apaurusheyam. So what is meant by Apaurusheyam? If you know the meaning of Paurusheyam, and Apaurusheyam is indirectly or directly it is understood. Paurushayam means it's not, Paurushayam means anything, any Grandham that is composed by human. Composed by human. So Vedas are not composed. Vedas are not composed. No any Rishi has sat down and wrote the Vedas on palm leaves. No one has did that. Right? They just heard some Shabdam in when they are in Samadhi Sthiti. Samadhi Sthiti means attaining the highest state in the meditation. In that stage, even if it is a scorching sun or pouring rain, the least bothered. They cannot experience anything on that, just completely on the highest form of meditation. In that phase, they heard something. They heard something that is called Vedam. And they preached whatever they heard to their disciples. To their disciples. Since it has been learnt by listening, Vedam is also called Shruti. Shruti. ఇది వింటూ నేర్చుకోబడింది. ఋషులందరూ అడవుల్లో కొన్ని వందల సంవత్సరాలు తపస్సు చేయగా చేయగా పరమాత్మ యొక్క నిశ్వాస రూపమైనటువంటి ఒక శబ్దాన్ని వారు విన్నారు. వారు ఎలా విన్నారో ఆ శబ్దాన్ని వారి యొక్క శిష్యులకు బోధించారు. వారి శిష్యులకు బోధించారు. ఇలా వింటూ నేర్చుకోబడింది కాబట్టి దీన్ని శృతి అన్నారు. So Shruti and Vedam both are synonyms. Both are synonyms. Since it is the form of exile from the Parabrahman, it is also called Nigamam. Nigamam. So we have a Kirtana of Annamacharya's also. Nigama, Nigamantaranvita. Like that it started that Kirtana. So Nigamam, Nigamantam. Nigamam means Shruti or Vedam. Nigamantam means Vedantam. Nigamantam means Vedanta. So Vedas are not composed by the human being. That's the reason we are calling this as Apaurushayamu or Apaurushayam. Right? That is. And next, the text of Vedas are broadly classified into two basic categories. Right? So that is Purvabhagam and Uttarabhagam. It's a broad classification. Right? So Purvabhagam of Vedam speaks about the things one has to perform and the way they have to perform the rituals of Sanatana Dharma. For example, you have to perform Ashwamedha Yaga. How to perform the Ashwamedha Yaga? And what are the dravyams? What are the puja dravyams that are needed to perform this yaga? Okay, the number of ritviks needed for this yaga. All this information, puja vidhanam, stotras, everything is described in the Purvabhagam. So you don't get any Veda part as a Purvabhagam in a tangible manner. It's a broad classification, what I'm saying. It has further division like Aranyakam, Brahmanam, Samhitam. Let's not go into that. But we're just broadly classifying into two categories, Purvabhagam. So since it is dealing with the rituals, the performing something, that is the reason we are calling this as the Karma Kandam. Karma Kandam. And the latter part, see, the latter part is called Uttarabhagam. So when I say Uttarabhagam, speak about the gaining the knowledge about the Parabrahman, how the Lokas had existed. So where these Lokas previously, and at the end of Pralayam, where these Lokas and Jivatmas goes, and how they emerging again the Sushti Karyam, all these things will be there in the Uttarabhagam. That is called Vedantam, Vedantam, or Upanishad, or Rahasya. Rahasya. So when you heard the term as Vedantam, kindly don't interpret this word as maybe at the end of Vedas, this part is there. No, that is that. It's not necessarily not being in such a manner. It can be in middle also. The confirmed opinion of the Vedam is called Vedantam. Vedantam. It gives the knowledge about Parabrahman. So why it is called Upanishad? Upa means near, Samipam. Nishad, to sit, Kurchanuda. Parabrahma తత్వమును తెలుసుకోదగినటువంటి శిష్యుడు ఆచార్యుడి దగ్గరికి వెళ్ళి ఆచార్యుడిని సమీపించి ఆచార్యుడి దగ్గర కూర్చొని శ్రద్ధగా వింటాడు. అలా వింటూ నేర్చుకోబడే ప్రక్రియ, అలా కూర్చోడానికి దగ్గరగా కూర్చొని వింటున్నాడు కాబట్టి ఉపనిషత్ అని పేరు. And why we are calling this a rahasyam? Rahasyam means what? Secret. It's not the exact meaning. Means it should be preached to the eligible persons only. To the eligible persons only. ఎవరు యోగ్యుడో అలాంటి యోగ్యమైన వారికే చెప్పాలి. దానికి రహస్యం అని పేరు. Okay? So we should not preach the Bhagavad Tattvam to any person who is not keen, interested about the subject. That's not the way. So that's the reason it is called Rahasyam. Amen? Sit. That's the reason we are called. It is called Rahasyam. So Rahasyam or Upanishad or Vedanta or Uttara Bhagam or Jnanakanda are same, right? Upanishad or Rahasyam or Jnana Kanda or Vedanta. Okay, all are synonyms only. Okay? This is brief about today's theory part. That is what is meant by Vedam. In the next session, we are going to cover the Vedangas and the Upangas, like Shiksha, Vyakaranam, Chandas. What are they exactly? What kind of subject that they deal, and why should we know about those things? That we will cover in the next session. Right? So now, in this session, we try to learn the Sankshepa Ramayana Slokas from serial number 1 to 10. In the previous sessions, we covered the Prarthana Slokas. I am skipping this one. Anyhow, we have practiced, and also I gave the recordings of these slokas. Now let us begin directly with the first slokam of the Sankshepa Ramayana. Before that, just we'll pray the Valmiki Maharshi. Pujantam Rama Rameti
पूजन्तं राम रामेति
Madhuram Madhuraksharam
मधुरं मधुराक्षरम्
Aruhya Kavita Sakham
आरुह्य कविता शाखां
Vande Valmiki Kokilam.
वन्दे वाल्मीकिकोकिलम्.
Namaskaram to Valmiki Maharshi. Right? So now, the sloka. The Astikas who joined through Zoom, kindly practice by staying in mute only, because if I unmute, so every one of us having different bandwidth of internet, right? So with that, some overlapping will happen, disturbance may happen. Okay. The first sloka. Tapasvadhyaya niratam
तपस्वाध्यायनिरतम्
tapasvi vagvidam varam
तपस्वी वाग्विदाम्बरम्
Naradam paripapraksha
नारदं परिपप्रच्छ
Valmikir Munipungavam.
वाल्मीकिर्मुनिपुङ्गवम्.
So at the beginning of the session, anyhow, I told Om Asman Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Right? So before you start reciting any slokas, be it Prarthana slokas or any sloka, you must utter Om Asman Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Then you should start it. So this is the first slokam. So Tapaha plus Swadhyaya. When you join these two words, Tapasvadhyaya, you must stress that letter Sa. Tapasvadhyaya, right? Niratam, tapasvi, vak plus vidam, vagvidam. See, this is a knowledge about Vyakarana Shastra, like how the sandhi is formed. Sandhi means to join two words, right? So if you have some knowledge about these things, so you must learn, you will be in a position to understand how to recite these words, where we can break, where we can't break, right? So like you cannot simply say that Vag, Vidam, Varam. No, it's not the proper way of breaking the words. Vak plus Vidam, Vag Vidam. Right? Vak plus Vidam, Vag Vidam. Varam. Naradam Paripapracha. You must stress that cha. Cha kinda chavatundi. Right? So Paripapracha. Yeah. Valmikihi plus Munipungavam is termed as Valmikir Munipungavam. Right? So I'll read slowly. Valmikir Munipungavam. Valmikir Munipungavam. Got it? Yeah. Valmikir Munipungavam. Right. Because why we are stressing this much? That means Ekaikam Aksharam Proktam. Very good. Mahabhataka Nash. So in Sri Ramayana, each and every letter that you utter from any slokam, it has the capacity to diminish greatest of the sins. That's the reason we must utter with utmost concentration. Right? And second slokam. Okay. Konvasmin sampratam loke.
Konvasmin sampratam loke.
Konu plus asmin. Konvasmin. And where there is a rakaram under the pa, sampratam. Little stress is needed. Sampratam loke. Repeat.
Sampratam loke.
Gunavan kascha viryavan.
Gunavan kascha viryavan.
Dharmajnascha
Dharmanyascha
kritajnascha
कृतज्ञश्च
satyavakyo dridhavratah.
सत्यवाक्यो दृढव्रतः.
Right. So when someone asks you to divide the last phrase, Satyavakyo plus Dridhavartaha, you should not tell like that. Satyavakyaha plus Dridhavartaha. After Visarga, if there is a consonant, the Okar will come. The Visarga Sandhi. Satyavakyo Dridhavartaha. If you divide, Satyavakyaha plus Dridhavartaha. Got it? No problem. So now 8 letters, each 8 letter afterwards, we take a little pause and we render. Since these slokas are in Anushtup Chandas. So I'll repeat once, we just listen. Konvasmin sampratam loke gunavan kascha viryavan dharmajnascha kritajnascha satyavakyo dridhavratah. In this way we have to recite. And the third sloka. Charitrena chako yuktaha.
चारित्रेण च को युक्तः
सर्वभूतेषु को हितः
सर्वभूतेषु को हितः
विद्वान् कः कः समर्थश्च
विद्वान् कः समर्थश्च
कः समर्थश्च कश्चैकप्रियदर्शनः.
कश्चैकप्रियदर्शनः.
Very good. So most of the people, they pronounce in this way, Kaschaika Priyadarshana. No, Kaschaika Priyadarshana is not correct way of pronouncing. So when you have Rakaram to the Pakaram or any other letter, it's a Dvikam. It's referred as Dvikam. That should be stressed. Kaschaika Priyadarshana. Right. The stress is needed, right? See the video, right? Kaschaika Priyadarshana. Now you tell me how to pronounce Sugreeva. Huh?
Sugriva.
Sugriva. Yeah. Like the Rakaram under Pa, the Rakaram under Ga. Huh? Sugriva. Sugriva. Right? And Prakriti. Not Prakriti. When you say that Rutvam, I don't know how to tell that Rutvam in Sanskrit, Sanskrit or Hindi, maybe next session I'll cover that. So when you read that Prakritim, you should not say Prakritim, Vikrutim, no. Prakritim, Vikritim, Vidyam, like that. Right? So when you say Sugriva, Sugreeva, Sugriva, Sugriva. Right? The same way, Kaschaika Priyadarshanaha. Correct. Vidwan kah samarthascha.
Vidvan kah samarthascha.
Vidwan kah
Vidvan kah
samarthascha.
samarthascha.
Ka. No, not cha. Samarthascha.
Samarthascha.
Kaschaika priyadarsanaha.
Kashaika priyadarshanaha.
Correct. And the fourth sloka. Fourth one. Atmavan ko jita krodho.
Atmavan ko jita krodho.
Dyutiman ko nasuyakaha.
Dyutiman ko nasuyakaha.
So when you see that typical letter with symbol of Z, this is called akara praslesha. Akara praslesha. It's a silent letter in Sanskrit chandas. So when the symbol appears, the previous letter should be little bit larger. Ko nasuyakaha.
Ko nasuyakaha.
This kaha plus anasuyakaha is kona suyakaha. Right? Kona suyakaha. Kasya bibhyati devascha.
Kasya bibhyati devascha.
Jata roshasya sanyuge.
Jata roshasya samyuge.
Now I repeat this slokam single time. You just listen. Atmavan ko jita krodho dyutiman ko nasuyakaha kasya bibhyati devascha jata roshasya sanyuge. And the fifth slokam. Etadichhamyaham srotum
Etadichamyaham shrotum.
param kautuhalam hime
Param kautuhalam hime.
maharshetvam samarthosi
Maharshe tvam samardhosi.
jnatumevam vidham naram.
Jnatumevam vidham naram.
Wonderful slokas. I'll repeat this. Etadichhamyaham srotum param kautuhalam hime maharshetvam samarthosi jnatumevam vidham naram. The sixth sloka. Srutva chaitat trilokagno
Shrutva chaitat trilokagno.
Valmikirnarado vachaha
Valmikirnarado vachaha.
Sruyatamiti chamantriya
Sruyatamiti chamantriya.
Prahrushto vakyam abravit.
Prahrushto vakyam abravit.
Now you can see the difference, right? When you say prahrushto, it should recite in a sarala manner, sattvika way pronunciation. See, in the Devanagari, if you see prahrushto, if it is a rakaram, the rakaram will be in the top of that letter. So khr, Krushikesh, that rukara, right? Prahrushto, not prahrushto, no. Prahrushto, we should pronounce in a sarala way, sattvika way. Then vakyama bravid, like Sugriva, right? Sugriva abravit. I'll recite one more time. Srutva chaitat trilokagno valmikirnarado vachaha sruyatamiti chamantriya prahrushto vakyam abravit. Seventh slokam. Bahavo durlabhaschaiva
Bhavo durlabhaschaiva.
ye tvaya kirtita gunaha
Ye tvaya kirtita gunaha.
mune vakshyamyaham buddhva
Mune vakshamyaham buddhva.
tairyuktas sruyatam naraha.
Tairyuktas sruyatam naraha.
Okay. Tairyuktaha plus Sruyatam naraha. When you join, stress will come. Tairyukta sruyatam naraha.
Taiyuktashruyataam naraha.
Right? Bahavaha durlabhaschaiva. Bahavo durlabhaschaiva. Ye tvaya kirtita gunaha mune vakshyamyaham buddhva tairyuktaha sruyatam naraha. I repeat this slokam. Bahavo durlabhaschaiva ye tvaya kirtita gunaha mune vakshyamyaham buddhva tairyukta sruyatam naraha. Eighth slokam. Ikshvaku vamsa prabhavo Ramo nama janaisrutaha niyatatma mahaviryo dyutiman dhrutiman vasi. It is rendered. Ikshvaku vamsa prabhavo.
Ikshvakuvansha prabhavo.
Again stress. Ikshvaku vamsa prabhavo.
Ikshvakuvansha prabhavo.
Correct. Ramo nama janaisrutaha
Ramo Ramajanaistrutaha.
niyatatma mahaviryo
Niyatatma Mahaviryo.
dyutiman dhrutiman vasi.
Dyutiman Dhrutiman Vasi.
Super. Ikshvaku vamsa prabhavo Ramo nama janaisrutaha niyatatma mahaviryo dyutiman dhrutiman vasi. The ninth slokam. Buddhiman nitiman vagmi shriman shatru nibarhanaha vipulamso mahabahu kambugrivo mahahanuhu. I'll see that. I got a message, different. I'll see that and address it. Let us recite. Buddhiman nitiman vagmi
Buddhiman Nitiman Vagmi.
Shriman Shatrunibarhanaha
Shriman Shatrunibarhanaha.
Vipulamso Mahabahu
Vipulamso Mahabahu.
Kambugrivo Mahahanuhu.
Kambugrivo Mahahanuhu.
This is the ninth sloka. Buddhiman nitiman vagmi Shriman Shatrunibarhanaha Vipulamso Mahabahu Kambugrivo Mahahanuhu. The 10th slokam, which is last slokam for this session. Mahorasko Maheshvaso Gudha Jatrurarindamaha Ajanubahu Susiraha Sulalatas Suvikramaha. Mahorasko Maheshvaso
Mahorasko Maheshvaso.
Gudha Jatrurarindamaha
Gudha Jatrurarindamaha.
Ajanubahu Susiraha
Ajanubahu Sushiraha.
Sulalatas Suvikramaha.
Sulalata Suvikramaha.
Yes, Su is stress and Kra is also stress. Sulalatas Suvikramaha.
Sulalata Suvikramaha.
Mahorasko Maheshvaso Gudha Jatrurarindamaha Ajanubahu Susiraha Sulalatas Suvikramaha. Right. So with this session, we just completed the first 10 slokas. Right. Many thanks for all the astikas who are present physically and through Zoom for this session. Kindly understand the basic thing. In order to impart, in order to learn some knowledge, we must spend some time. That's the reason in Sanskrit it says, Shraddhavan labhate jnanam. Shraddhavan labhate jnanam. I know each one of us are occupied with many things. We are so busy, I understand. But let us take some time to learn all these things. Some of you might thinking that, so all these slokas we just rendered in a random way or little fast manner. Don't worry. Immediately by end of the day, I'll put all the recordings in the WhatsApp group, okay, through which you can practice those slokas. If you don't practice the slokas by the next week, another 10 will add. So some 10 Pradhana slokas, 10 slokas of today's session, and the next week 10 slokas. It will be a burden for us to learn and render all 30 slokas in a span of 5 days. So kindly, I'm requesting every one of you with folded hands, kindly take out some time, at least 10 minutes a day, 5 minutes a day, render one slokam. You have audio also in front of you. Those audios are provided in such a way, each and word is divided and uttered, and then every padam, and then complete slokam. Have you gone through those audio recordings? Yes. So do you feel those are useful? Definitely. So by listening those audio slokas, okay, I have not joined all the slokas in one link. I gave individual slokam in a separate file. Okay, so there is no pain also to search the required slokam from that list. You can easily search, listen, render, listen, render. Right. So maybe by next week I'll be giving the complete Grantham of the Sankshepa Ramayanam in all the 5 languages. I need to do some proofreading and then I'll give you that. So bottom line, kindly spare some time every day. So till today's session, we completed almost 20 slokas learning, right? So if you spare enough time to recite at least 4 slokas a day, by next Sunday, so you must be acquainted with all the 20 slokas, right? So samasta sanmangalani bhavantu, Srimate Ramanujaya Namaha. I'm just unmuting to all. If any questions or clarifications are needed, let us spare few minutes time and we'll conclude this session. You can please unmute and speak. If you want to convey any.
Adiyan Ramanujan Dasan Swami.
Adiyan Dasan.
Swami, I have already directly messaged you regarding that. In Kannada translation, there was little spelling mistake which I noticed. Because
Okay.
for me in English, it is very difficult, Swami, because of less syllables. That what through and all problem.
Yes.
In our native languages is much better.
Okay.
Always
ಈಗ
it's
ನಾವು
better.
ಒಂದು ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡೋಣ. ನೀವು ಎಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿದ್ರಿ ಅದು ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಅದ ಅಂತ. ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ನಾನು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಿದೀನಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದೊಂದು ಪದನ ವಿಭಜನೆ ಮಾಡಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ನಿಮಗೆ?
ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಿದೆ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ.
ಓಕೆ. ಈಗ ಯಾವ ಶ್ಲೋಕಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ನೋಡಿದಿರಿ ಅನ್ನೋ ಮಿಸ್ಟೇಕ್ ಹೇಳಿ ನನಗೆ.
ಅದು ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ಇದು ನಾವು 10 ಶ್ಲೋಕ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ಇದು ರಿಸೈಟ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ.
ಪ್ರಾರ್ಥನಾ ಶ್ಲೋಕಾಸ್.
ಪ್ರಾರ್ಥನಾ ಶ್ಲೋಕಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ, ಅದು ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ರಾಮಾಯಣದ ಶ್ಲೋಕ.
ತಪಸ್ವಾಧ್ಯಾಯ ನಿರತ.
ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ.
ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಒಂದು ನಿಮಿಷ.
ಕೋನ್ ವಾಸ್ಮಿನ್ ಅಂತಲ್ಲ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ಇರೋದು. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೋನ್ ವಾರ್ ಅದು ಅರ್ಕ ತರ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ.
ಕೋನ್ ವಸ್ಮಿನ್
ಅದು ಕೋನ್ ವಸ್ಮಿನ್ ಅದು
ನೀವು ಎಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಸ್ಪೆಲ್ಲಿಂಗ್ ಎರರ್ ಅಂತ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಿ? ಕನ್ನಡ ಟೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಅಥವಾ ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್?
ಕನ್ನಡ ಟೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್.
ಕನ್ನಡ ಟೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೋನ್ ವಸ್ಮಿನ್ ಅಂತ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ,
ಅದು ಅರ್ಕ ಗೊತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ. ಅದು ಕೋನ್ ವರ್ಸ್ಮಿ ಅಂತ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಅದು ರೀಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಆಸ್ ಎನ್.
ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ, ತೆಲುಗುನಲ್ಲೂ ಈ ತರ ಯೂಸೇಜ್ ಇದೆ. ಇದು ಪಳೆಯ ಕನ್ನಡ ಅಂದ್ರ ಒಂದು ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ನು ಬರ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂಥರ ಬರ್ತಿದ್ರು. ಅದು ನೋಡಿ ಮೇಲ್ಗಡೆ ಲೈನ್ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ 4 ಲೈನ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಇನ್ ತರ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು. ಅದೇ 3 ಲೈನ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ರಕಾರ ತರ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ನಾನು ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಟೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ನಿಮಗೆ ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಬಟ್ ದಿಸ್ ಟೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದಿ ಅಥೆಂಟಿಕ್ ಸೋರ್ಸ್. ನೀವು ರಕಾರವಂತ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಲ್ಲ, ಕೋನ್ವಸ್ಮಿನ್ನ.
ನಾನು ರಕಾರಂ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡು ನನಗೆ ಡಿಫಿಕಲ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತು ಇದ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ.
ನಾನು ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ದಿಸ್ ಟೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಓಲ್ಡ್ ವೇ ಆಫ್ ರೈಟಿಂಗ್ ಕನ್ನಡ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಈವನ್ ತೆಲುಗಲ್ಲೂ ಆ ತರ ಇದೆ. ತೆಲುಗಲ್ಲೂ
ಹಾ,
ಆ ಥರ
ಸ್ವಾಮಿ.
ಇದೆ. ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ನಾನು ತೋರಿಸ್ತೀನಿ ನಿಮಗೆ. ಒಂದ್ ನಿಮಿಷ. ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್ ಹಂಗೆ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್.
Yes.
ಲೆಟ್ ಮೀ ದಿಸ್ ಒನ್. ಈಗ ಒಂದು ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಲೆಟರ್ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಲೆಟರ್
ಅದ್
ಇದು
yes,
ತೆಲುಗಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್.
ಸ್ವಾಮಿ.
ಇದು ಇನ್. ಓಕೆ,
Okay.
ಓಕೆ. ಅದೇ ತರ ನೀವು ನೋಡಿ, ಅದನ್ನ ಆ ಅನ್ನ ಈ ಸಿಂಬಲ್ ಇಂದ ರಿಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಹಳೆ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲೂ ಆ
yes,
ತರ
sir.
ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಹಳೆ ತೆಲುಗಿನಲ್ಲೂ ಆ ತರ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಇದೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕಷ್ಟ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ನಾನು ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಸೋರ್ಸ್ ನಿಂದ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ.
ಸರಿ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ, ಸರಿ, ಅಡಿಯನ್.
ನೋಡಿ,
ನನ್ಗದು
ಇಲ್ಲಿ
ಅದ್
ಪಕ್ಕದಲ್ಲಿ
ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ
ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ,
ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಇದು.
ಪರವಾಗಿಲ್ಲ, ನನಗೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಇದೇ ಶ್ಲೋಕನಲ್ಲಿ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ವರ್ಡ್ ನೋಡಿ, ವೀರ್ಯವಾನ್. ಯಾವ ಪಕ್ಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಸಿಂಬಲ್ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ,
ವೀರ್ಯವಾನ್.
ಅದು
ಇದು 3.
ಯಾವತ್ತು
ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್.
ಇಲ್ಲಿ 2 ಇದ್ರೆ ರಕಾರ ರಾವತ್ತು ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ. ರಕಾರತ್ವಕ್ಕೆ ಯಾವತ್ತು.
ಹಾ
3 ಇದ್ರೆ ಇನ್ ಅಂತ ಮೀನಿಂಗ್. ಇದು ಹಳೆ ತೆಲುಗಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ತರನೇ ಇದೆ, ಹಳೆ ಕನ್ನಡಲ್ಲೂ ಆ ತರನೇ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಅದೇನ್ ತೊಂದರೆನಿಲ್ಲ, ಟೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕರೆಕ್ಟೇ. ಬಟ್ ನಿಮಗೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಸೌಕರ್ಯವಾಗಿ ಇರಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಸೋರ್ಸ್ ನಿಂದ ಹುಡುಕಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ಕಳಿಸ್ತೀನಿ.
ಇಲ್ಲ, ಪರವಾಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಅಡಿಯನ್ ಇದ ಅಭ್ಯಾಸ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ.
ತುಂಬಾ ಸಂತೋಷ.
ಅಂಡ್ ಒನ್ ಮೋರ್ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಡೌಟ್ಸ್. ಪ್ರಾರ್ಥನಾ ಶ್ಲೋಕಾಸು ಎವ್ರಿ ಲೈಕ್ ಈವನ್ ವಿಷ್ಣು ಸಹಸ್ರನಾಮ ಪಾರಾಯಣ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಮುಂಚೆನು ದಿಸ್ ಶ್ಲೋಕಾಸ್ ಆರ್ ಕಂಪಲ್ಸರಿ ಟು ರಿಸೈಟ್ ಎನಿ ಡ್ಯೂರಿಂಗ್ ಎನಿ ಪೂಜಾಸ್ ಆರ್ ಎನಿ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ.
ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ನಾನು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ನೀವು ಯಾವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಒಂದು ರಾಮಾಯಣ ಗ್ರಂಥ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ, ಇಫ್ ಯು ಟೇಕ್ ಎನಿ ಶ್ರೀರಾಮಾಯಣ ಪಾರಾಯಣ ಗ್ರಂಥ, ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ some almost 30 slokas to render, which are called pradhana slokas. So what Dasan did is, with the acceptance of our acharyas, selectively I put some 10 or 11 slokas as a pradhana slokas. So why we recite pradhana slokas? That means pradhana slokas are set of slokas which are namaskara purvakam to our lineage of gurus, right? With the grace of our gurus only we must start any work, right? So that is the prostrations to the lineage of gurus. And then this grantham is compiled by whom, and who are the Bhagavan you are attaining through this grantham. Okay, so all those things will come in the prarthana slokas, like prostrations to Valmiki Maharshi, namaskaram to Sri Rama, and our namaskarams to Hanuma, right? All these things will cover in the prarthana slokas. By rendering this, we are just getting their grace and we are going forward. This is a practice from our Rishi Sampradaya. ಈಗ ನೀವು ಸಂಪ್ರದಾಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ ಪವನ್ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ?
ಇಲ್ಲ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ, ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ನಾನು ಸಮಾಶ್ರಯನ ತಗೊಳಕ್ಕೆ ವೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಯಾವಾಗ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ.
ಸಮಾಶ್ರಯನ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಯಾವುದೇ ಗ್ರಂಥ ಪ್ರಾರಂಭ ಮಾಡಿಸ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಪದು ತನಿಯನ್ ಅಂತ ಇರ್ತವೆ. ಒಂದು 5 ಶ್ಲೋಕಗಳು ತನಿಯನ್ಗಳು ನಾವು ಓದಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ಗ್ರಂಥ ನಾವು ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ.
ಅದೇ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ, ನೋಡಿದೆ ಅದು
ಸಪರೇಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಮಾತಾಡೋಣ, ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಖಂಡಿತ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಡ್ತೇನೆ.
ಸರಿ, ಧನ್ಯವಾದ. ಅಡಿಯನ್.
Kindly, any other persons, kindly, any other doubts, clarifications or suggestions? Swami. శ్రీవల్లి గారు,
చాలా థ్యాంక్స్ అండి, మంచి ప్రోగ్రామ్. ఇంకా ఎవ్రీ వీక్ మేము నేర్చుకోవడానికి ఇంట్రెస్ట్ చూపిస్తున్నామండి.
చాలా సంతోషం. మీ పేరండి?
నా పేరు సత్యనారాయణ అండి. అదే కేశవ్ ఫ్రెండ్.
సత్యనారాయణ కేశవ్. చాలా సంతోషం. శ్రీవల్లి గారు ఒక మెసేజ్ పెట్టారు, మీనింగ్స్ కూడా ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేస్తే చాలా బాగుంటుంది అని. ఎస్, I think I have covered this at the beginning of the session. Okay, so we will complete the 100 shloka learning this process once, and then based on the timing, because Dasan is involved in many of the activities. Every Saturday, Sunday, Rahasyatraya Kalakshepam, Rahasya Grantha Mantrada Kalakshepam is there, and I write some articles to the spiritual Masa Patrikas, magazines. And in future, Dasan is going to undertake some of the research works from the Jananyacharya Indological Research Institute, which is placed at Melkote. So I have some other activities which Dasan is in process of learning and distributing. So every week, every day, I need to learn something. I'm into many things. If possible, like in these sessions only, every half an hour, we again repeat those slokas and cover the meaning. Otherwise, I record and put into the YouTube so that you can understand. And every week we can have some 10 to 15 minute session to clarify some doubts. So like this is not the stoppage, it's a continuous learning session. Try to understand every Sunday we must spend some time to learn something, right? Okay.
నమస్కారం గురుగారు.
Namaskaram.
నేను శ్రీవల్లి.
Yes, Shivali garu.
అంటే మీరు చెప్పే శ్లోకంలో మనకు కొంచెం రిఫర్ చేసుకోవడానికి తెలుస్తుంది. అంటే రాముడి గురించి మాట్లాడుతున్నారా లేకపోతే అలా అంటే కొంచెం దశరథుడి గురించి ఆ టాపిక్ వస్తుంది అని తెలుస్తుంది. కానీ
Correct.
ఎగ్జాక్ట్ గా తెలియట్లేదు అనమాట.
అవునండి.
అందుకని
I
మీనింగ్
understand.
ఉంటే మనకి
Yes,
అని
yes.
అనిపించింది అనమాట.
ఓకే. యాక్చువల్ గా మీరు సంప్రదాయ వైభవ గోష్ఠిలో ఉన్నారా? శ్రీ సంప్రదాయ వైభవ గోష్ఠి?
ఉన్నానండి.
అందులో ఒక నోటిఫికేషన్ వస్తుంది. ఎవ్రీ సాటర్డే సండే ఈవినింగ్ 4 to 5 we have detailed explanation of Sankshepa Ramayana with Govindaraja Vyakhyanam. The discourse will be only in Telugu language. Govindacharya is a renowned scholar who was present during 16th or 17th century. He made a detailed commentary for Sri Ramayana. That is called Govindaraja Vyakhyanam. Vyakhyanam means commentary. Govindaraja Vyakhyanam, it will be. TTD printed those granthas also, which are in Sanskrit, and the meanings are also given in by Sriman Gundi Venkatacharya Swami in Telugu. So we are experiencing those Sankshepa Ramayana in a detailed way. If you are interested, you can join those sessions. Now we are at 7th slokam in that session, right? So since it is in 5 languages, it is meant for corporates and businessmen and homemakers. So we are going to cover the meaning only in 1 or 2 languages. That will be in a recording form, right? So now we are focusing the learning part. How to utter the slokam. This is very much important, right, Srivari garu?
అవునండి.
శ్లోకాన్ని చాలా అర్థవంతంగా పలకడం ఇంపార్టెంట్. ఎప్పుడైతే శ్రీరామాయణ శ్లోకాల్లో ఒక్కొక్క అక్షరానికి చాలా శక్తి ఉంది అని మనం చెప్తున్నామో, శక్తి ఉంది అన్నప్పుడు మరి ఎలా పలకాలి? దాన్ని ఎలా పలకాలో అలా పలకాలి. The way it is intended, in such a way you must utter it. అందుకని ముందు లెర్నింగ్ మీద ఫోకస్ చేద్దాం, తర్వాత మీనింగ్ మీద ఫోకస్ చేద్దాం. డెఫినెట్లీ we all will get the quintessentials of those slokas. It is assured. ఇంకో క్వశ్చన్ ఉందా?
చిన్న క్వశ్చన్ అండి. ఆస్తికాస్ అంటే స్టూడెంట్స్ అనే మీనింగ్ ఏనండి?
అట్లా ఏం లేదండి. ఆస్తికులు అంటే ఎవరు అంటే ఐ ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ యూ. సో యూజువల్లీ వెన్ వి సే ఆస్తికాస్ ఆర్ ఆస్తికులు ఇన్ తెలుగు, పీపుల్ డిఫరెంట్లీ ఇంటర్ప్రెట్ దిస్ యాజ్ those who believe in God, those are called astikas. That is not the correct meaning of it. Okay, there are few persons who do pradhana 5 times a day in mosque. They are also believing in God. There are few kind of category only on Sunday they do some pradhanas. They are also believing in God. That is not the meaning. Astika means the one who has firm belief on Vedas. The one who is believing Vedas is called Astika. అర్థమైందండి? వేదాలని విశ్వసించే వాళ్ళు ఆస్తికులు. భగవంతుడిని విశ్వసించే వాళ్ళని చెప్పకూడదు. అన్ని మతాల వాళ్ళు వాళ్ళకి భగవంతుడు ఉన్నాడు కదా. అర్థం వేదం ప్రమాణం అని ఎవడైతే ఒప్పుకున్నాడో వాడు ఆస్తికుడు.
ఓకే, థ్యాంక్ యూ అండి.
So can we conclude any other?
Thank you very much, Ravi ji.
दासोहल अरे
जी सर, जी सर।
आपने मैसेज दिया था, सेशन ज्वाइन नहीं कर सकते थे।
हाँ सर, मुझे कुछ काम था लेकिन मेरा काम निबट गया तो मैं फिर ज्वाइन कर लिया।
शुभम
दासोहल अरे నేను శోభ బండారి. మరి కంప్లీట్ మీనింగ్ తెలియాలి అంటే మీరు కంప్లీట్ ఇంగ్లీష్ లోనే చెప్తున్నారండి, మాకు తెలుగులో అంటే.
ఓకే, సో మీరు నాకు విడిగా ఒకసారి వాట్సాప్ లో పింక్ చేయండి.
ఓకే,
వాటి శ్లోకాల డీటెయిల్డ్ వ్యాఖ్యానం రికార్డ్ అయి ఉంది యూట్యూబ్ లో. అది ఈవినింగ్ టైమ్స్ లో కూడా నడుస్తూ ఉంటుంది 4 to 5. వాటిలో కూడా మీరు ఆసక్తిగా వినొచ్చు. ఎందుకంటే ఇక్కడ డిఫరెంట్ కైండ్ ఆఫ్ లాంగ్వేజ్ వాళ్ళు ఉన్నారు. గుజరాత్ నుంచి ఉన్నారు, కర్ణాటక నుంచి, తమిళనాడు నుంచి, అన్ని చోట్ల ఉన్నారు. కాబట్టి కామన్ లాంగ్వేజ్, బిజినెస్ లాంగ్వేజ్ సెలెక్ట్ చేసుకోవడం జరిగింది. ఇంగ్లీష్ అండ్ హిందీ ఈ రెండింటిలోనే మీరు సెషన్లో అబ్జర్వ్ చేస్తే కూడా కొంత కొంత తెలుగులో చెప్పడం జరిగింది పూర్తిగా కాదు.
అవును.
సో మెజారిటీ ఆఫ్ ద పోర్షన్ ఇంగ్లీష్ హిందీలో కవర్ చేయడం గల కారణం ఏంటి అంటే, సో ఇక్కడ మా ఆఫీస్ కొలీగ్స్ ఉన్నారు, వేరే వేరే ఐటీలో పనిచేసిన వాళ్ళందరూ ఉన్నారు. అందరికీ ఇంగ్లీష్ అనేది కామన్ లాంగ్వేజ్ కాబట్టి దాంట్లో ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేయడం జరుగుతుందని నేను గ్రూప్లో కూడా పెట్టడం జరిగింది. సో శ్లోకం అనేది 5 భాషల్లో డిస్ప్లే అవుతుంది నేర్చుకోవడానికి. కాబట్టి టెక్స్ట్ చూడటంలో ఎటువంటి ఇబ్బంది ఉండదు కదండి శోభ గారు. ఎవరైనా చూడొచ్చు, తెలుగు వాళ్ళైనా అదే పదం, హిందీలో అయినా అదే శ్లోకం, కన్నడలో అయినా అదే శ్లోకం. మీ అందరి కన్వీనియంట్ కోసం 5 భాషల్లో శ్లోకం పెట్టాను. సో
ఓకే.
థియరీ పార్ట్ ఎక్స్ప్లెనేషన్ మాత్రం ఇంగ్లీష్ అండ్ హిందీ. సో ఇన్ ద ఇంట్రెస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఎవ్రీ ఆస్తికాస్, ఎందుకంటే ఉన్న తక్కువ సమయంలో 5 లాంగ్వేజ్లు చెప్పలేను కదండి, అందుకని.
అయితే అంటే ఈవినింగే ఉంటుందా అడియన్ 4 to 5?
ఎగ్జాక్ట్లీ 4 to 5
అంటే రికార్డింగ్ ఏమైనా పెట్టగలుగుతారా పోనీ?
ఉందండి. అందుకే మీరు సెషన్ అయిపోయాక మీరు విడిగా మీరు నాకు వాట్సాప్లో పింగ్ చేస్తే నేను మీకు
ఓకే.
అవన్నీ చెప్తాను.
ఓకే, దాసోహలడి.
సో కంక్లూడ్ చేసుకుందామా సెషన్? కెన్ వి కంక్లూడ్? ఎస్. జై శ్రీరామ్, జై శ్రీరామ్. రామానుజ జయ రామానుజ జయ రామానుజ జయ రామానుజ. వేద వేదాంత వేద్యాయ మేఘశ్యామలమూర్తయే పుంసాం మోహన రూపాయ పుణ్యశ్లోకాయ మంగళం. మంగళాశాసనపరైః మదాచార్య పురోగమైః సర్వైశ్చ పూర్వైరాచార్యైః సత్కృతాయాస్తు మంగళం. జై శ్రీరామ్. స్వస్తి. జయ శ్రీమన్నారాయణ.
जय श्रीमन नारायण.
జయ శ్రీ
శ్రీమన్నారాయణ.
జయ శ్రీ.
Yes.